It blew the doors out, it blew the siding off, it blew the roof. It was a huge explosion.
And after 49 days, a West Michigan man who was just inches from losing his life in a massive explosion is home. That blast leveled a barn in Allendale just 2 days before Christmas.
And tonight, Fox 17's Michael Martin has Carl Beintema's incredible story of recovery.
We have multiple reports of an explosion. We have a barn that's currently on fire with a male injured and still inside. His leg is missing at this time.
The evening of Friday, December 23rd, minutes after 8:30 p.m., behind a home on 52nd in Allendale, the earth rumbles.
199 is a priority 1 patient. No idea size of fire at the time.
Just moments before, Carl Beintema is enjoying some time alone, working on building a log splitter inside his barn.
Put my earplugs in, I grabbed my safety glasses, grabbed some leather gloves, and I don't think I hit that grinder for half a minute. And all of a sudden it was just a boom.
They haven't started a couple trucks that way as well. They're going to need them for the tanker shuttles.
And I was picking our little one up and bringing her to her bed. And as I stood up, I seen it. It was a very bright orange yellow light.
It all happened so fast. Carl's wife, Ashley, tells the girls to stay put and books it outside.
I grabbed my boots and I took off. And as soon as I got to that backslider door, I screamed as loud as I could, and I could hear him.
So I started to scream help, and as fast as I did, Ashley was there and she was dragging me out.
I just went up behind him and grabbed him behind the shoulders and yanked and as hard as I could and pulled and pulled and pulled.
Incredibly, Carl maintains consciousness through most of the aftermath.
She got me, maybe 10 foot out away from the barn, and there was still explosions going off.
Out of nowhere, a neighbor runs up to help her pull, and then a true guardian angel shows up at their side.
Joey shows up out of nowhere. Had no idea who he was.
He applies a tourniquet and then another, possibly saving Carl's life.
Male is now out of the barn, giving bleeding control instructions now.
It's my honor on behalf of the Ottawa County Sheriff's Office, myself, our staff, members of the board, to present you with the life-saving award for your actions on this date.
It was Ottawa County Deputy Joe Roloff who applied those life-saving tourniquets, honored last month in front of the county commission for his actions that night.
Our family is forever thankful for the selfless act that you did for us without thinking twice.
When Carl first arrived at Corewell's emergency room, he was sedated and intubated for 6 full days. During that time, his wife had to make some difficult decisions.
Yeah, you amputate for different reasons. One is potentially the bone is too shattered to put back together. There's not enough blood supply to get down there, or infection.
Ashley had to make the call to amputate Carl's right leg above the knee.
He just kept saying, pick my leg up, will you put a pillow under it, put a pillow under it? And I was like looking at the doctor, like, do I tell him now, do I wait? You know, like, how do we tell him? So I told him, and then he's like, oh, I don't care. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, that's fine. I said, as long as I'm here, that's fine. I'd rather be alive than, because the leg was just mangled.
And I was like, such a Carl move.
One of Carl's shoulders fractured, as well as his left leg. Burns, cuts, abrasions all over his body. Eventually moved to Mary Free Bed, where he would have to learn how to do really everything again.
I still have a chance to do what I want to do, so I'm going to go after him, and I'm going to achieve him.
Well, let's just bump it. We'll do a slide board to the car.
If you asked me way back when I saw him in Corewell, would he get this far this quick? I didn't think so, but he impressed me.
Yes, very good. Nice.
I feel like my truck sits at this height.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it sits a little higher, but...
And while they had a chance to briefly connect over Zoom when Deputy Roloff was honored, during his final week at Mary Free Bed, Carl and Ashley got to meet one of their saviors in person.
How are we doing, guys?
How you doing?
How's it going?
Nice to finally see ya.
Oh my goodness.
You could feel their gratitude.
Seriously, I don't know how much thanks I can give you, man, for saving my life.
There.
Raw appreciation for the way that things fell into place that night back in December.
Then you heard a boom, huh?
Yeah, something like that. I think the whole city heard it.
Hanging on, baby.
And on Friday, after 49 days, Carl went to his final therapy sessions.
Okay, do like a sit-up.
Yeah. I'm trying to run.
Got her.
Take a rest.
Oh, man.
He received a visit from his Uncle Jim, who actually had his left leg amputated only about 6 months ago.
He's helped me out a lot.
I gave him a lot of heads up on what to expect.
And then he got ready to go home. A warm goodbye at Mary Free Bed.
I felt pretty good to go through all them people. That was awesome.
Welcome home.
And a loving welcome back as he arrived home in Allendale.
It happened to me. I can't go back. The only thing I can do is move forward from here. And that's the way I want to try to look at it.
Michael Martin, Fox 17 News.
And you know, Janice, we were out there covering this live when this happened. That's where you're seeing this file video, and you can see how severe the weather conditions were that night. And the county sheriff's department talked to us about how long it took for some of their authorities to get out there, but they had some people in the right place at the right time, and that saved his life.
Yeah, it was cold, it was snowy. We were leading up to that blizzard holiday weekend. It was nasty out there. Glad this story has a happy ending. Carl and Ashley are now back home with their 2 daughters. Families have been at their home lately to build ramps, a new accessible shower, and all kinds of accommodations just to help Carl transition back to home life now. We wish them all the best.